guys, nice to see you. This is my second video, or the third. The second one was very short. I made the first video of how I met a psychopath, how I survived a psychopath, and I was not very sure what to make my YouTube channel about. So I've been going through healing and some soul searching and thinking and working on myself, and during the process I came to discover some things that I didn't know, or I knew and I was not sure, that I would like to share with you. First of all, I'm from Kenya. I live in Hong Kong for the last 7 years. I've had quite a journey since I came here. A good and a bad one. First of all, I would like to thank the universe for that opportunity, because my journey has made me to know myself better, to understand life better, and to get to know what life is all about. So my life has not been easy since I was a child. On my first video, if you go there, you'll see some of the things I mentioned. And even after traveling I've been to 7 countries. But once I settled here in 2017, I started asking myself, I went through not a very good experience. And I wanted to find out answers. Why do I attract those kind of relationships, or why do I attract those kind of situations in my life, or why do these kind of things happen to me? First of all, I discovered that I had a lot of childhood trauma that I had not processed. And of course, healing from childhood trauma is not easy. So I purchased some courses. I started doing inner child work, healing of inner childhood wounds. But it wasn't easy. So I did some more soul searching. I wanted to know, why was it really difficult for me? And in the search, I wanted to know where did I originate before I came to this world? Where is my origin of my soul? And I got some very interesting answers. And one of the interesting answers is, I'm a consciousness from what we can call God's consciousness. I'm God experiencing myself in me, in this body, in this avatar. And so is many other people, and like the tree behind me, like the grass next to me, and every other person you see in this world. And I realized something called reincarnation is also true. And if you want to know if reincarnation is true, ask little kids. So I was very, very curious. Oh, So what about all these things we hear? Because I'm born in Christianity, we hear about heaven and hell. What about this heaven and hell we always hear about? And I came to realize that religion is meant to instill fear in people. And I know I might get some backlash here. Religion is, especially these African religions that were brought to Africa by the Arabs and the white people, they were meant to instill fear in people. And I discovered through my healing journey that I cannot find healing without involving my ancestors, because I was doing ancestral healing. Because when I discovered I had childhood trauma, I realized some of it, most of it is in the DNA. So how will I heal my DNA if I cannot accept my roots? How can a tree not have its roots? When a tree is, the roots are cut, the tree is dead. So I realized, especially for me as a Christian, let me talk about Christianity, because I'm born a Christian, raised a Christian, and they instilled too much fear in us about hell and heaven. I would like to tell you that is a very big lie, and there is nothing like hell and heaven. And Christianity was brought to Africa by the white man so that he can steal from Africa people their natural resources, their lands, and settle in their lands as he lied to them that they are going to heaven. So he also brought fake gods to the African people, and that is why you see a lot of African homes are broken. Nothing is working for the African people. They have been lied that they cannot go to heaven unless they go to church. Unless they remove tithe, they pay God. I would like to tell you those are very big fat lies, and there is nothing like that. And as you can see right now, I don't know if I said I'm from Kenya. Most of you can see what is happening in Kenya. If you don't know, you can look it up. Your President Ruto, he knew that church is for manipulation. That is why he used the church to manipulate those old people, because when the prophets and the pastors say that this is the chosen man of God, they will not question. They will not think. They will not ask any question, because they have been lied to. They are questioning God. Now, you have seen those lies where they have taken you. You see what is happening in Israel. Everybody know I don't want to go into that story. So I came to my own conclusion. I'm ready for backlash that Christianity is a fake religion for manipulating people. And this man who they call Jesus, that man was brought to Africa by the people who colonized my ancestors. I know what you did to my ancestors. Some of the African people are very shallow-minded. They say we used to live in caves. If it's not white man who came to save us and take us to school, we will still be living in caves. In Africa, we didn't have diseases. We used to stay as a family. So, when I say the African family system has been broken down, most of you know what I mean. The women don't want to get married. The men have become very abusive also. They're into alcohol. Which all these things come from slavery trauma and colonization trauma. And now, to make matters worse, the manipulation of the church has made these matters even worse. So I decided I cannot follow those kind of nonsense that was brought to us by the white man, because my ancestral healing will not come, first of all, unless I involve my ancestors. And there is no way I can heal my ancestors and heal my lineage when I'm praying to somebody who came to us through the colonizer. Again, we have our own traditions and cultures. I'm not saying all of them are good. There is some that were very, very nasty and were meant to oppress women. So there is some cultures that I cannot practice, no matter who tells me, because I decided I'm a sovereign soul and I cannot be a slave to anybody. So I decided to carve my own path. There's some things I like about my culture, like our songs, our food, our clothing, and you know, how girls used to be taught how to behave, not necessarily to a man, at home or around, even the boys, how to dress. So there is those things I like about my culture, but there are some things also I don't like I've seen a lot of black men, even here, they have no respect for women. NB, a lot. I didn't say all. There's also a good number of black men who respect women. So when you go through this history and you try to understand where did all these stories or all these rules come from, I don't believe I should be chained to either tradition or either to a religion that does not work for me. And I'm here for a purpose, and my purpose here is not to make everybody happy, but my experiences can help some people to heal. And that is why I decided to make this video, and I hope I can make more to explain more about my journey and about when I realized I'm a sovereign soul with a very specific mission on this world, how it helped me to evolve and become a better version of myself, and to look for more answers for my healing, and how I've reached where I've reached, and how I've met people who have helped me along the way. I've met other people who have been in a similar path and are walking also the same journey with me, and how I discovered about God consciousness or Christ consciousness. So personally, me, I don't believe in that Jesus of the Bible. I don't know if he existed or he never existed, but to me, I will never pray to him. He was brought to us by the colonizer, and we know what they did to our ancestors and the trauma they caused, and it has done a lot of damage to my community, the black people, even the Americans. So with that, I've come to the conclusion, I'm not a Christian, and I will never worship foreign gods, and I want to be very nearer to my ancestors. I want to respect them. I want to know the ways of my ancestors, because My ancestors were very spiritual people, and I discovered also I have spiritual gifts. That is one of the things that also led me to wanting to know myself better. And how will I tap into those gifts if I deny the ones who came before me? It's impossible. So I'll be walking this journey with you, and I hope it will be an interesting one and a fun one too. And I hope I'll meet some nice people here, and we can debunk some of these crazy stories about how we are going to heaven, and some of us we are going to hell. Me, if it's that hell, I'm ready to go, because me, I know hell is here and heaven is here, depending on your vibration. So if you don't heal those ancestral wounds you have and your childhood traumas, you will be vibrating on those frequencies. And that is why a lot of Africans and black people are in bondage, because they carry so much ancestral traumas that most of them were instilled on us by the colonizers and the enslavers. And also, as black people, we need also to check, where did the rain start beating us before the colonizer came to lie to our ancestors? There must have been something that went wrong there. So you must go back to the past, to your roots. Check what happened, you know. Most of you, you know, I've been checking the cultures around the world, especially among black people. You can see what you've been doing to women in the name of culture. God does not live in the sky like you say, so, and you are not God, you men. And that submission you talk about, there is nothing like submission. Nobody is supposed to submit to anybody, only to your creator, and not that kind of submission. You should be more like him or her. So I think for now, this video is long enough. Maybe I'll make another one. Maybe you can think about what I've said. You can subscribe for more and share with your friends and like. I would like to walk this journey with some of you, or most of you, so we can check, where did the rain start beating us? And if it's the genz in Kenya, you've seen our parents, how they have been brainwashed by religion. You've seen Ruto, how he's playing with people's brains in the name of God, and people going to heaven and money. There's nothing like that. That is a tool for enslavement, and it must be done away with. And we must know who we are. We must stand in our power. We must reclaim our sovereignty as a people, as a country, and on a soul level. So I hope to see you soon, and it was nice talking to you. Have a good day. Thank you, and bye. Ciao.